Well, good morning, everybody. It's Big Dave here in the Night Furniture Mad Rock studio. And we've got Zach Grantham over in the Night Furniture Katy Country studio here in the One Grand Center building in Sherman. We are here because it feels like we just did this, Zach, because we're at the end of the school year, which means that we had the April Teacher of the Month that we just announced, I guess, what was it, last week or the week before that? And now here we are the first week in May, and so we've got to go ahead and take care of our May Teacher of the Month as well, mostly because we've got to do our Teacher of the Year announcement coming up here very, very soon. We want to thank our sponsors of our Teacher of the Year program. I'll bring them back up on screen here. Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. Without them, this program wouldn't be possible. So now that I've gotten all of the that housekeeping out of the way, Zach, we'll give you the honor, as usual, to make the formal introduction of our May 2022 Teacher of the Month.
Yeah, Dave, you're right. It just seems like we're just knocking all these Teacher of the Month announcements out over the past couple of weeks because, like you said, we have the big announcement for Teacher of the Year in the middle of the month of May, but we also don't want to forget about our May Teacher of the Month. And that May Teacher of the Month is from Whitewright High School. We got Molly Johnson.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I am good. Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. So how long you been doing this whole teaching thing, Molly?
Well, off and on for 30 years. So this is my 30th year. When I say off and on, married to a wonderful man who's moved me lots of places. So sometimes I'm sometimes a teacher, sometimes I'm a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. But my kids are now all out, so that's not an option anymore.
You can't still be a stay-at-home mom when there's no kids at home?
I don't know. I guess I could be a dog mom.
There you go.
Fur babies count. Yeah, babies count.
Yeah.
I heard fur babies do count, although I don't have any. I just got two small boys, and they're pretty much the same thing.
I was going to say that's a lot. we have one fur baby.
So, Molly, tell us about what you teach over there at Whitewright.
Okay, I teach journalism 1, and then yearbook 1, 2, and 3, and I teach theater 1 through 4. So, kind of an interesting combination.
One of my favorite classes when I was in high school was journalism.
I love teaching it. It's a fun class. We did a lot of photography, so. Another one of my loves that, I started way back in the day with the print and the darkroom, and digital is fun to use because you can get rid of all those really bad pictures.
Isn't it true though that the yearbook students, the photographers, the yearbook advisor, all of that, you're basically the gatekeepers of memories when it comes to high schools. Yeah.
So sitting in my classroom, you can't see it because it's over on the other side. Are I think we're on 80. I think this is our 82nd yearbook. And I have the very first one from 1941 all the way through last year's 2021 book. So, yes, it's where even when the coaches need something or they're looking for a record of some kind, or even if we're trying to find a former student who says they graduated from here, but maybe they're not sure, we have to come look in the yearbook. So, it's for me, that's a fun thing because I'm very much a traditionalist and love stuff like that. So
what was last year's theme for the yearbook?
Oh my goodness.
Putting you on the spot.
I know. I'm sitting here looking. This year's Catch 22.
Catch 22. Awesome.
Oh my gosh. I'd have to go back there and look. I've done 30. So I was trying to think. I can see the front cover of it. It's back over there somewhere.
Somebody told me the slogan for 2021 was chips and salsa can be a lunch item.
That's just you. That's your own personal yearbook. That's your Facebook page, dude.
Live every day with that motto. That's what I believe.
Good one. So
they're still hardcover like yearbooks. They're not all digital. They still.
No, we actually still have. Oh, good. One of my students brought me our yearbook from last
Thank you,
year.
student.
There you go.
It's Mask Up Tigers. Expect
Mask Up Tigers. Yeah.
So, which was a good one. So we actually had one of our girls draw. So we have one of those digital pads. Now, I'm not up on it, but my kids are. And she drew a tiger with a mask. And so it worked out really well for us.
That's cool. Yeah, yearbook's always one of those things. So, I mean, you do journalism. So, what do you teach in journalism? Do you actually like print out like a little
We
school
actually
newspaper
don't.
or
We
anything?
don't
Yeah.
do anymore. We don't do a fold-out newspaper. I do
Yeah.
have our local newspaper here in Whitewright offers a scholarship to kids who will write articles every week.
Mm.
So we do learn how to write news and how to write editorials and how to write feature stories. And we participate in, and I'll give a shout out to all my journalism kids because we just placed first at district and sent
Awesome.
10 kids to regional.
Nice.
So we do a lot of the UIL things in there, but we mostly take pictures and just learn how to tell the news in the right way. We talk about reliability and what it is kind of fun today because of the fake news, if we want to call it that. So having kids learn the difference, only because we have some great conversations about what's out there and what's being said,
Yeah.
and what's actually true, and where can we find the right information.
Do you get to talk to them about satire stuff?
Oh my gosh, well, yes, because I'm the queen of sarcasm, so I have to teach sarcasm. I have to teach
join the
satire.
club. We meet on Thursdays.
Okay, I
Yeah.
need to be there. Yes.
So now let's talk about theater. So I mean, you're doing a
Okay.
little bit of everything. There's the trifecta.
Yes, and of course, when I first started teaching theater, my principal came to me and he goes, "Can you teach theater?" And and you already know I'm an Aggie, and I'm like, "Well, sure. I like theater, and I like to go to the theater." So I've only been teaching theater for about 10 years, but I do love it. Most of the time, the kids are teaching me because they know and listen to this twang. I've never lost it. So when it comes to voices and things like that, they're a lot on their own. But I love building things and making props. Like we just got through making 4 dragon heads. And so I like the technical part. I'm not very good at and I'm going to say that, but my kids do great. So we advanced again this year. So theater's it's a good, I even have the kids that take it just like for theater 1. And they're like, it was a really good class because I learned to get up in front of people and I learned to talk. And I've had kids go on and do sound mixing because I'm looking at your soundboards behind you. And I'm like, it's a step to IT. So it's a great class for kids if they'll give it a shot. But most of them are like, I don't want to be on stage. I said, there's a lot more to it than just stage.
Now, Molly, did you pay this guy, Michael Morris, to get on here and comment? She is a great lady.
I know. Well, okay. Remember, I've been teaching 30 years. Yeah. So, like, guys, I'm looking at you, and I probably could have had you if you graduated from high school after I started in 1986. I could have had you. So, Michael, I think, is from here in Whitewright, if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, I was born in 1987.
Yeah. So, see, been around a while.
Yeah, been around the block a little bit.
So your theater group, your theater students, you were saying you do UIL. So do you like 1-act plays?
Yes, we do. We we participated this year with our 1-act and advanced to my district. We have, and if you've ever been in Grayson County's theaters, we have, Whitesboro's there this week participating in state. So we have, even in 3A, we have a very competitive district and by district. So we always feel privileged if we make it to the next level because the competition is fierce. So we got some great schools out there doing some awesome things. So
yeah, definitely one of my favorite subjects was doing theater and acting and doing all that stuff. Yeah. And now I get paid to do it. So
I know, isn't that
get to
great?
act a fool and get paid for it. There is light at the end of that time.
I wish, like I said, I wish I could teach the voices and things like that, but we try.
We'd be happy to come in and talk to your class. We could do, voice acting stuff and
that'll be awesome.
Stuff. Oh yeah,
maybe absolutely. I'll get some more kids involved. So we really need some guys.
Dave can do a lot of different voices. Me, I just sound like I'm from Callisburg. So
costumes is more your thing.
Yeah, I'm more the costume designer kind of guy with the mermaid stuff or merman. Yeah. It's merman.
That's right.
But yeah, Dave can. He has a lot of different voices he can do.
Oh, that'd be fun. The kids would love it. We like having people come in and teach us some things because, well, if you've been teaching for 30 years, you're a lifelong learner. So,
well, now that we've talked about, what you teach, let's talk about why you teach, right? I mean, what inspired you to become a teacher?
Well, and it's a really funny story because I am not that person who aspired to be a teacher my whole life.
Nobody in your family or anything that you should be.
Both my parents had. I'm the product of teenage parents, and so it was go to college though. So even at the point where I was, and women were still, nurses, teachers, a lot of moms, and so when I went to A&M, I studied business and ag eco, which I love. And so my dream job was to go to work for Bluebell because I always tell everybody that. So I wanted to buy and sell their cows and milk. And then I fell in love with this guy who brought me to North Fannin County. And I was like, where am I going to work? And the local school said, why don't you come over and teach some business classes? And voila, 30 years later, here I am. So awesome. I do love it. I've always loved working with teenagers, and I am not the little kid person. So just always know that because the kids even don't tell you that. But I love teenagers, even after 30 years, watching how many different kinds of cycles you can go in. So, but it's a fun ride.
Did you ever consider being an ag teacher? I mean, if you went ag econ and did all that, you just didn't want to do that? You just like the business aspect?
Well, I'm going to tell you another funny story. When I was in high school, girls did not take ag.
Oh, really? You didn't do the FFA stuff? You didn't do any of that? Really?
No.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Except for,
I was used to it,
I know. I know. Yeah. And so now we have more girls ever. And if I could have.
Blue jackets everywhere.
Yeah. My children always ask me, didn't you want to show animals? And I went, yes. And so it just wasn't in my wheelhouse to do that. But I loved, my business degree helped me move into journalism and even theater. So I taught English for few years because everybody at one point needed an English teacher. So there I was.
Yeah, wasn't it always like English and you were the English and theater person?
Yes.
That's what my teacher was in high school.
Yeah,
because
it goes hand in hand. So because I do understand literature most of the time. So anyway, I kind of fell into it, and I started, like I said, in 1986 at Wyndham. If you know where Wyndham is.
Wyndham.
Yeah. So I actually closed down the school. My last year there was my second year teaching. So I was like, oh no, where do I go now? So anyway, it's been a fun ride. I cannot complain. I could, but I won't because we all have problems with, our jobs at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys might have a fun.
Hey, Dave, why are you pointing over here? It's not my fault you hired me. Well,
everybody makes mistakes. You just said that.
On that awkward note of Dave pointing over here at me about me being a mistake in his career. Congratulations to you, Molly Johnson, Whitewright High School. And there is one very, very important question that we still have not asked you because we want you to answer it. But you get $750 from our sponsors. So we know how you teachers are. You like to spend it on your kiddos, which we absolutely love. But we suggest you go to Wyndham and buy something over there, or maybe go down the street to the Dairy Queen and get you a Blizzard, okay? Because we all know that that's the greatest DQ of all time.
It is. But world famous.
What is the first thing you can think of off the top of your head that you would like to do with this money?
Buy a new camera.
Okay.
See? Yeah. Always for the classroom. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I love taking pictures too. And and this is not to diss anybody out there working as a photographer, but we got a lot of kids, especially in some of our smaller schools and areas that can't afford senior pictures. Mm-hmm. And I love doing it. And they're always like, well, what can I do? And I'm always like, buy me a Blizzard. I'm good with that. Or a Sonic drink, something fun.
Basket.
Yeah. So, and then also you don't get, and so that's one of my favorite things to do is to go out and take kids and let them have something that can last for the rest of their lives. So You can see my wall back there. I think a little bit. Oh, those are my pictures. So
with $750, you can get a pretty nice camera
I
these
think
days.
so. Yeah.
But the
so
thing
I'm
is,
pretty excited.
as Zach just said, though, make sure you spring for not only the Blizzard, but at least the 5-finger chicken basket at Dairy Queen when you go. And then you go buy your camera.
Or the dip cone. Get yourself the dip cone.
No, it's back. It's back. I heard.
Okay, that's good. It's
Thanks,
all back.
guys. It's fun talking to you, and I'll hit you up next year for some voiceovers or just how to be a
happy
DJ.
to do it. Yeah, happy to help with that. But again, the other cool thing is not only are you our May Teacher of the Month, but you're now qualified that here in just a couple of weeks we'll be announcing our Teacher of the Year award, and so you're qualified to be able to win that award as well, which could get you another $750. So think about the camera you could buy with both of those awards. That's
a new lens because they're what's important.
Absolutely.
So,
exactly. Well, again,
thanks a bunch.
Absolutely. There you go, Molly Johnson, our May Teacher of the Month, the final of our Teachers of the Month for this school year. Again, we will announce the Teacher of the Year coming up here in a couple of weeks. We'll do that online here as we've been doing these monthly interviews with our Teachers of the Month. But again, a huge thanks to our 3 sponsors of our Teacher of the Year program this year: Night Furniture and Mattress, Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman, and Parkway Buick GMC. You want to learn more about those 3 sponsors? You can. We have links up on our website. You can visit that at the Teacher of the Year page there at 931kmkt.com or at madrock1025.com. See you soon for our Teacher of the Year announcement.